Yes, yes. Good afternoon, family. Good evening, family. I'm Ag named Bob, and I'm truly grateful for this process and recovery. I share with y'all always because, maybe someone who I was out there with or somebody who's struggling in their life, you know, can seek a better life just by me showing them something. It ain't got to be my life, but, if I could do it, they could do it type thing. Each one teach one. And it is a must, that I continue to give back to my community because, man, I was saved from the depths of hell, man. I just can't stop talking about how grateful I am for life today, man. I'm truly grateful, man. This process has given me a life beyond my wildest dreams. If I would have said, somebody would have asked me, what is it you want out of life, Bob? It wouldn't be even close to how I'm living my life right now. So, that's truly what this whole process is about, is me just giving back to my community, man. Because I deceived a lot of people, by letting them believe that selling drugs was the way. Because when I sold drugs, I sold plenty of them. Make no mistake about it. And I'm not bragging about that. Because I was killing my people. But on a stronger note, what truly, I can remember most about selling drugs is not all the money I was getting. It's the fact that one day this young man walked up to me and he told me I was his hero. And I said to him, and at the time I was driving something real nice. It was paid for. Humbly, I said, I'm just telling the story. And I said to him, how could I be your hero and your father works, to, on Rikers Island? He's a CO. And he works all week and pays the bills and put the clothes on your back. How could I be your hero? And moving forward, I realized that I deceived that young man to make him believe that what I was doing was the way a man should survive. And that was a lie. That was a lie. And I'm truly grateful, man. Sit down. Sit. Caro tonight. Sit. Stay, Caro. It's another blessing, man, is to be with this dog, man. I see why dog is man's best friend, because all you got to do is feed them on time and they show up, you know. And once again, man, I'm truly grateful for this process. If I ain't shared nothing tonight that can help somebody, man, I don't know if I did. Sit. I don't know if I did or didn't, but, I just want to help one person. If I help one person, my job is done. Each one teach one. And yeah, man, it's been a real long struggle. And I got good problems today. My children, my relationships are strained as a result of me using and things like that. But they'll get better. And if they don't, I'm okay with that too, because I ain't wearing nobody else's problem on my shoulders today. They problems is they problem. They got a problem with me, that's their problem. And I try to resolve it, and if I can't, I move on from it. I'm so grateful for this process, man, because without God, getting God in my life, man, I never would have got off them project steps. It's a shame when you homeless with a home. I can't share enough, man. I thought I was gonna miss something, And I'm gonna tell you a quick story, and then I'm gonna get off of this subject, man. I was in the house, man, because I always thought them people loved me and they missed me, and when they were sick, dope sick, I saw a lot of people. I would make sure I would give them my last, man, like how I've done on countless occasions, using and getting money. Give people my last, man, and then wonder why they, when I needed them, they wouldn't show up. But let me tell you a quick story. One day I was in this house, and this gentleman brought this bike to me, and because he knew I knew how to start him, and said, "Yo, if you start, I'll give you some money." Thinking about the next one, but and he, of course, it was somebody else's belonging. which was wrong, but I paid the price. But anyway, you know, the bike was there for 2 days. I couldn't get it starting for nothing anyway. Anyway, the bell started, some kind of something start going off, start ringing. I looked down around the room. I saw everybody getting high, using drugs and things. Sit down, sit. And using drugs and stuff, and it was quite an enormous amount of stuff in there for people to be using to have anyway, you know. And I was like, I looked, I said, man, the police is coming to the door. They had a tracker on it. I said, the police got to be coming to the door. And all of a sudden I heard a knock, bang, 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 bang. And I looked around the room and I saw all the people sitting at their designated crack area getting high. And I said to myself, if them police come in here, they're going to drop all that stuff on the floor and it's going to become yours and everybody else in the room, because once it's not in anyone's person, it belongs to everybody. So I decided, I said, let me go ahead on and walk this bike to the door and go out the door. I took one for the team, so to speak. I walked to the door, opened the door, the police was there. I said, you looking for this bike? He said, yeah. So once I came outside, I admitted to the fact that I found the bike. It was across the street. I brought it in my yard. And by the way, a trap house. I brought it in the yard, and I was waiting for somebody to come pick it up. The cop said, yeah, okay. That really sounds stupid. I said, yo, that's what happened. That's what happened, you know. In fact, I started to believe that because I started, come here. I started telling that story. But anyway, long story short, the sister who had the house, who I've known for over 100 years, and I've done countless things for. Every time she's sick, I'm her best friend when I got something. And regardless of the fact that she showed me who she was 99,000 times, I refuse to believe it, you know. And that's another thing. When somebody show you who they are, you better believe it. The snake bites you once is your fault. It's the snake's fault. Snake bites you twice is your fault. So anyway, she comes out the house and police ask her, do you know this gentleman? And she says, I don't know him. You might as well take him to jail anyway. Get him from in front of my house. Man, if it wasn't for friendship, if it wasn't for that, I don't even know what to call that. But it's the same woman. I've done countless things from, and I refuse to go home to be with her sometime, you know. It wasn't no sexual thing, you know. She was a friend, and you know, to keep helping her get high in spite of this is the type of stuff she did to me on a daily basis, you know. I'm an architect of my own pay, man. I signed up for everything that happened to me in my life, and I'm truly grateful for that process, because that process has allowed me to count on God and only God, no one else first, you know. And I love it, y'all. And just keep tuning in, man. I'm getting ready to start streaming, and we can get this thing going together, and we can share together and get to the business, you know, because, you know, everybody's suffering for something, you know. It's better to, you know, let it be somebody experience you get some hope from, than as opposed to somebody reading some textbook, because textbook and common sense are two different things. Trust me. I'm an addict named Bob, and I'm truly grateful for this process in recovery.